Alright, so we've been talking a lot about pixels, and now it's time to talk about audiences so we can actually use those pixels and get super cheap clicks on Snapchat. So what are some of the different types of ways to create an audience? The first way is to click new audience and actually use the audience match tab, and this is how you upload a CSV or text file of your customer list. That could be phone number, email, and Snapchat will go ahead and match each person that you upload to someone within their platform. So this then creates what Snapchat calls a seed audience. So the seed audiences can be created either by uploading, or they can be created naturally, and that's how I like to do it. So I mean, we talked earlier about the pixel and how do you do events, and you can trigger different events based on user actions. So I created one page view, and after you get 100 of these events within a week, it unlocks it within this audience tab. It automatically will create it within Snapchat. And so this is your seed audience, and then Snapchat gives you an option to create 3 different lookalike audiences. So they have balance, reach, and similarity, and it's pretty easy to create those different lookalikes. So you're just going to click this lookalike, and this is where you will click the page view seed audience, and any different event that you have with associated with your pixel shows up in the seed audience tab. So this is where it could be page view. We have some with purchase, some with sign up. Whatever event you choose in the pixel shows up here. So in this case, we choose page view, and then you choose your country. This one, let's just do the we'll do Czech Republic, and Snapchat gives you 3 different choices for the lookalike type. So they're how they seem. Similarity is going to find people that are more close to your seed audience with less reach. There's balance, which is a balance of each, and reach, which is going to search for more people, however they may be less like your seed audience. I like to test them all, but I found the most success with balance, to be honest. That's the best ROI for me. Earlier in campaigns, I like to go with reach because I want to keep expanding my audiences. I don't want to lock into similarity early on. I want my pixel to find out who's going to be the best converters, and by doing that, I can stay broad, or I can use lookalike reach, and then I'll switch it over to balance, and of course test similarity too. I've seen good results in similarity in some campaigns. So you can see then some of the different this is how the different reach changes based on which audience type that you select. So the if you choose the reach, it's going to find more people. So this one, 1.6 million, and 1.1 for a balance, and then very small 300 something thousand for similarity. This changes based on the country that you choose. So for instance, like a US one, for reach, we might have, let's take a look at a US one. So this is a US based one, and you can see like it changes it more than to 23 million, 11 million, 4 million. Now I want to make sure this is making sense too, and how these seed audiences come about, because we can't create any lookalike if we don't have a seed, and we can't create any seed audiences if we don't properly put in the right code for our pixel. So let's take a look just one more time at that. This is an example code for a purchase event pixel, and then I add in some additional parameters here, the currency, the price, so that I can track the return on ad spend, and any transaction ID. And so this is how you're going to get purchase to show up. Now if you wanted to get let's say sign up to show up, I'm just going to change that to sign up and put a close parenthesis there. Great, now we could track sign up. Snapchat has a bunch of different events, so they have page view, view content, add cart, sign up, and purchase. I personally use the purchase event the most. So let's show how we can actually enter these new lookalike audiences to our ad sets. And I can't stress enough how much this really helps using lookalike audiences. This is just a wonderful way for you to lower your click cost or swipe up cost and really just scale effectively. Lookalikes are pretty much the foundation for scaling for me. So you're going to go into your ad sets tab when you're creating a new ad set, and you'll scroll down to where you find custom audiences, and we're going to include whatever custom audience we want to choose. So this is where all our lookalikes come up. This is where any seed audiences come up. So we could select balance as a lookalike, and you see then out of everybody on Snapchat in the US, 13 to 35. I like to do 21 to 25. It tends to have higher quality leads. You can see that Snapchat is 5.5 million. This is a little low for me, honestly. Like I've said in previous trainings, I really just like to get the audience size around like 8 to 12 million. I found is like the real sweet spot. You can't always do that. But I love it when I can get audience in the 8 to 12 million for whatever reason on Snap. I've just found a lot of success doing that. So this might work. Maybe we could bring up the ages here. 25 plus has been pretty good for me on some of these campaigns. This will work around 11 million. So now we're able to add in a lookalike audience on page view. We could duplicate this and go into selecting more of a balanced one, and then we just change them. So we got our reach up here, we have our balance, and from here, I mean, this is a good way to start scaling. Like we could start scaling with these lookalikes, or we could go in and start adding more different demographics that Snapchat has. We go into the predefined audiences and start going into layering in some more shopping behaviors, or maybe a television show that they watched, some place that they visited. There's all these different ways that you can layer it. However, this is just a quick intro on how you can use lookalikes and use them to scale effectively, and above all else, get cheaper swipe ups.